What up, YouTube? This video was taken on this Saturday afternoon, March 28th, 2026. Time right now is 1:23 p.m. and a little unboxing video. So let's get right into it. So right now on Amazon, you can buy this combo kit, which is actually cheaper than just buying the Warrior X4 separate of Olight Warrior X4 with this little Olight mono output keychain, i3E EOS. And this was about $110. This is my first time buying an expensive flashlight. I'm in the market for a new flashlight for work, and I'm kind of particular about how, read me, before your first use, unscrew the light head, remove the insulating film. Okay. So this one's a single AAA. Like I said, you had to buy this kit with this mini one to get it cheaper than just buying this by itself. But I'm real particular about my flashlights. Oh, there we go. That has to go. I'm particular about what size they are, how the modes are, and my flashlight I have been using kind of started going under, so I needed to find a new one. And I never heard of Olight before, but I was asking around and a friend recommended Olight. He recommended Olight for their headlight, but I don't really use headlamps. So I looked at their lineup and saw that this flashlight kind of fit my requirements. So I went ahead and ordered it. I figured Amazon, if I didn't like it, I could just return it. Oh. Fancy box. It's like a magnetic cardboard box. Thank you for being part of the Olight family. Your support is why we do this. So it is going to be interesting to see if these, congrats on your new Olight. Before first use, unscrew the body, remove the yellow insulating film, fully charge the flashlight before turning it on. Okay, so I guess since I'm spending all this money for a flashlight, I'll definitely do that. But I thought I would film the unboxing. So it comes with its own holster. Yes, I never heard of Olight before, but when I was looking at their lineup, I saw this one. I thought it would work out for me. So, one of the requirements for the type of flashlight I like to use, and this is the flashlight it's replacing, is I wanted to fit in this leather holster. So, it's a little smaller, but it's a little heavier than this one. This is an eBay flashlight. I don't know how much I paid for this flashlight because I could not find the invoice for this particular flashlight. And they don't make them anymore. I am hoping that this ring comes off, which I think it does. Oh, there's the insulating piece of paper. Oh, and then I want to see if this, yep, the ring does come off. So that's one thing I was kind of worried about because everyone keeps the ring on for some reason. So let's see. It'll fit in my holster. And I guess it won't fall out. So yeah, that's one of the requirements. The other requirements are the mode switches. So basically, I went back. I have several YouTube videos talking about flashlights, surprisingly, over the years. The first one was back in 2013. And what happened is back in 2013, a coworker, I think at the time, I was using a mini mag light, like an incandescent mini mag light. It might have been LED. I think it was incandescent, though. The one that was real skinny that would use like AAAs or AA's in a line. Coworker mentioned like, hey, you can get really bright, powerful LED flashlights off of eBay for $15. So I bought one. I have a video on it. And I kind of fell in love with that flashlight. It was about this size. I don't have it anymore. It was about this size. It was an ultra fire. But obviously it was very cheaply made. Back then they didn't have built-in battery chargers with them. They would have the switch on the tail, kind of like this one does. And they would be like this. They would be zoomable like this one. And they had different modes. And the way the modes would work would be you would press the switch on, it would turn on to one mode. Press the switch, it would turn off. Press the switch on again, it would turn on to the next mode. So no matter what, every time you press the switch, it would go on to the next mode, which got really annoying. So what I ended up doing was, and those flashlights were so cheap that the LED diode was just on like a little circuit board. It wasn't even on the heat sink, press fitted in there. So what I did was I was able to take the circuit board out, find a little MOSFET that's used to trigger the LED, and I just bypassed the circuitry so that when it turned on, it would just always stay on. And I used that flashlight for a long time, or quite a while. It was and I used Ultrafire 18650 batteries on that. And another thing I did, and I found out with these flashlights, is a lot of times these flashlights, they're using the casing as a ground return for the battery. So what I found out is on the threads, since the actual conductivity of the ground is through the threads, I would go and grease them up. And you see I greased this one up. I would grease them up with no-ox, because no-ox, which you usually use no-ox on aluminum like service wire, no-ox is conductive. So that was like my dirty dog trick, and it works pretty well. So that flashlight ended up using it every day. It ended up being it went to the wayside. And actually, I might have bought two of those flashlights. I can't remember, but those Ultrafire fast lights, the switches at the end cap they were just cheap switches. They would go. So I ended up finding this flashlight, and like I said, now the problem is with these newer flashlights, this one has a built-in battery charger. You can't modify them because they actually did start putting the LEDs on a heatsink. So they were a lot harder to modify. So this one's not modified, but I settled on this one because even though it has the different modes, it always starts out on high, no matter what the previous mode was. So this one works by, starts out on high, medium, low, and then strobe, and then SOS. But the good thing about this one is, let's see, it starts on a high, you hold it, it turns off. So that workflow worked really well. I pull this out of my holster, press it once, I have light. When I want to press it, I just do a long press and it turns off. So like I said, that worked good for my workflow, so I didn't have to modify this one. And I used this one for many years, and what I ended up doing was, they do assign us flashlights at work, but so far I haven't found a flashlight they assigned us at work that I liked. And at the time, they were assigning us Nightcore flashlights, which use the 18650 battery. So instead of using this Ultrafire 18650 battery, I used the Nightcore. And I probably, like I said, I could not find where I purchased this, so I don't know what year. That's another reason why I make these videos, so I know exactly what year I started using this stuff. But I want to say that this one I used for 5 years. And it got to a point that it won't even work for 2 minutes. But that was due to the Nightcore battery just totally, it was at its end of life. So I found here at home, when I brought this home, I found this Ultrafire battery. And this Ultrafire battery charged up, it went to 4 bars on this little graph in like 5 minutes. So I think this battery is not going to last much longer. I probably should have just swapped the battery to see how much longer I got out of this, but I don't know. I thought it was time for a change. So when I was trying to find a replacement for this battery, there you go. Is it working? Yep. So, and also I think the USB port, and this one's micro USB, I think it's starting to get finicky. But when I was trying to find a replacement for this battery, They were advertising these laser diode flashlights. Well, I don't know if you can see down in there. It does use a different type of LED than these. Well, what were these? These were like Cray LEDs. It does use a different type of LED, but I don't think it's a true laser LED because this was another cheap flashlight. Now, the one thing I hate about this flashlight is it's USB-C, and it charges at the end cap here. Oh yeah, and this one is advertised that it's also a battery bank. But one thing I hate about this flashlight is the workflow on the buttons. So you press it once, you get high, low, strobe, off. But the thing is, I was so used to the workflow of this one, press it on, hold it, off. You do that on this one, press it on, you hold it, and it like dims, it like changes the brightness, and then it goes off. So I just don't like a flashlight that forces you into a strobe position. So like I said, when I was going through trying to find new flashlights, and my friend told me about this Olight, and I found this one, I decided to buy it because not only was it the right size for this holster, and if it doesn't work out with this holster, I can see how well this holster works out. But I don't know, I just like this leather holster. I carry utility shears with me on a leather holster, so it just works out good with both having those utility shears and the flashlight next to each other. But this one has two modes that you set by turning it on and taking the end cap on and off, which I'm not going to do right now because I want to fully charge it since I want to treat this flashlight nice. And you can, on the normal mode, I forget what they call it, there's only two settings. It's high or low. There's no strobe, so you will never accidentally put in the strobe. And then this is like a two-stage switch, so you use that two-stage switch to select high or low, and it's really easy. You push it on, it turns on, you push it off, you turn it off. Or if you push and hold it, it's like a momentary where it'll momentarily stay on, and then when you're done, you let go. So I thought the workflow of this one would work really well, so that's why I went ahead and bought this one. But yeah, that's my little rant on batteries. I'm going to go and fully charge this one, and then we'll come back and give a little demo of it. Okay, we're back. It finished charging. It has a little LED that it started out red and then it turned green. It probably took several hours. I walked away from it. So this is the first turn on. Let's see what it does. Okay. Oh, it's kind of... So it's very... So that's momentary. Okay, let's see if I can figure that out. Okay, so you got to press it pretty fast for momentary. I mean, not momentary. You got to press it pretty fast for it to go on. But if you hold it, then it's momentary and it'll let go. So I think I can get used to that workflow. And then it's supposed to be two-stage. Let's see. That's low and high. Low and high. So, but it doesn't have a strobe function on this mode. Now you can turn it on, remove the end cap, put it on, and then it'll give into tactical mode where it will have a strobe function. But yeah, I don't want a strobe function. But I do have to get used to the fact that it's a quick press. But I think I can get used to that. So we'll take it outside. I'll go out to the end of the driveway. We'll point it out towards the swamp and see how well it does. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot to mention on the first part of this video is currently my work does issue us flashlights, but they're on a big Milwaukee kick. So they do issue us a flashlight that's about this size, maybe a little smaller, Milwaukee. And Milwaukees are actually pretty good as far as they only have, press it, it turns on, you press it, it turns off. And then if you press when it's on, when you hold it, it'll switch from low to high. So as far as the workflow, you know, that's acceptable for me. The only thing I don't like is that since it has a smaller girth, kind of like this, it doesn't have this like the head doesn't come out wider, so it doesn't fit in my holster. And another thing about those Milwaukees is they have like these red lithium USB batteries, and they hardly hold a charge. You burn through those batteries real fast. So that's one of the reasons why I wasn't too happy with the Milwaukees they issue us. So yeah, we'll take it out and see how this thing does. Okay, just my luck, it started drizzling. So let's see how this flashlight does. So that's high. Oh yeah, and this flashlight doesn't have zoom. So that's high. And then that's low. So it's casting a much wider cast than you're seeing in the video, me just looking through the monitor. And then that's high. So it goes down pretty far. Well, yeah, so far so good. Yeah, as you can see, it's extremely bright when you hit that sign. So far so good. Time will tell if it ends up being, if I end up liking it or not. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one.